Hello everyone, I'm Alan, also known as McLaren 2009, and today I'm playing Arma 3. In a way, it's kind of fitting. It's been about 10 years that I've been making videos off and on. My first ever uploaded video was an Arma video, so we've come full circle. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do a parachute drop, like an airborne operation, using just the completely vanilla game. No mods. I don't even have any of the community DLC currently installed. This is 100% pure vanilla, and I won't even need any external scripts. It'll literally just be what you have in the editor when you load the game. So, for starters, we're going to need some paratroopers. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. Let's assign this one as our parachute group. Alright, now we need something to drop them out of. It works best to do it with a plane. It works with a helicopter, but it doesn't work well. Alright, let's put you at 150. Alright. Let's give this a name. Call it okay. Now, how to actually get these guys into there is really quite simple. Just take them and put them in there. Alright. Our paratroopers are currently in there. Alright, cool. Now, let's go give these guys a waypoint. So, since my observer is right there, let's go 150, completion radius 50. Alright. This part's not as important, but at least make sure they're looking in the right direction. Alright, now let's go back to our paratroopers. They are going to get out. Put that right there, give or take. Alright, but this part's very important. You'll notice that it created a waypoint for the VTOL. We don't need that. In fact, having those synchronized means the VTOL is going to land before it lets them out. And that's not good. You don't want that. Alright. So, we have that. Alright, now let's go into our waypoint. There won't be any external scripts for this, but there will be a code. Or there will be some codes. Curly brackets, _x, action, square brackets, quotes, eject, which you'll remember transplane is the name of our VTOL. For each units grp para, which you'll remember is the variable name of our paratroopers. Alright, so this tells them to jump out of the plane. Easy enough. _X says you're going to assign it to a group. Action is telling them to do something. Quote-unquote eject tells them to bail out of the plane, and this tells them what they're ejecting from. For each, this is being done to a group. So for each units, they're individual soldiers, and then the variable name for your group. In this case, I chose grp para. Easy enough. Alright, now we need curly brackets again. _X, leaveVehicle, transplane, and curly brackets for each units grp para, semicolon. Alright, so there's all of that. Alright, but you're going to see that this isn't quite enough. We gotta go back here, and we're going to put another waypoint about at the end of the runway. This one, we're going to make this one a little bit bigger. This is to make the plane disappear. So we need curly brackets, transplane, deleteVehicleCrew, _X, for each crew this time, transplane deleteVehicleCrew _X for each crew plane or transplane. All right, cool. Now we just need deleteVehicle transplane semicolon. Okay, now just to add further icing on the cake, let's put them right there. Now, once again, this accidentally created another waypoint, so that is all we need. Alright, so to recap what we just did, created paratroopers, created a plane, put the paratroopers in the plane, gave the plane a waypoint to move, just move. Inside of that move waypoint, we told the paratroopers to eject out of the plane. This is how you get them to eject. And then this command of leaveVehicle, it sounds like it would be redundant, but believe me, it's not. If you don't have this code in telling it to leave the vehicle, it will still stay grouped to the plane, and the plane will attempt to land and follow the paratroopers, and that's just not going to end well. You tell the paratroopers to get out. All you need to do is just tell them to get out. That's just an added layer of redundancy to make sure they get out of the plane. And then this waypoint is if you don't need the plane for anything, delete it. Easy enough, right? Alright, so, in theory, if we did everything right, you press play, there's all 4 paratroopers. I can't for the life of me figure out why that one is over there, whereas those 3 dropped in close proximity. But, whatever. Bottom line is, all 4 paratroopers jumped out of the plane. Now, you might be wondering, can I do this with a vehicle? And the answer is, yes, you can. Let's get started on that right now. Alright, delete that, delete that, delete that. Okay, now, in order to parachute drop vehicles, we need to get our vehicle transport. Still call it transplane, but oddly enough, that part actually isn't all that important. Put it up to 150. This is going to be really crazy because, believe it or not, dropping vehicles is way easier. Alright, so let's grab something kind of big. How about a tank destroyer? Those are pretty cool. Alright, so let's grab our transplane. Move right about here. Put this up to 150, completion radius 50. If you have the completion radius too small, one thing that you might encounter is the plane or helicopter will just start circling and it'll never complete the objective properly, and you don't want that. Alright, so how do I make it drop cargo? Alright. setVehicleCargo and objNull, semicolon. Okay, so what this means is transplane, that's our vehicle, setVehicleCargo, basically if you have anything loaded in it, objNull. That means whatever's loaded in it, unload it. Easy enough. Alright, now move our other waypoint. Put that to 150 again, normal speed, and this one will be just like last time. Transplane, deleteVehicleCrew, underscore X, curly bracket, forEach crew, transplane. Shift enter. Delete vehicle. Alright, so to break down what this is your vehicle variable name, deleteVehicle underscore X. You might remember from the thing for getting the paratroopers to drop, the _X was first, and this time it's last. I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but for whatever reason, when I put the _X first with this one, it didn't work right. I don't know why. My knowledge of coding is laughable at best. forEach, it's a group. This time it's the vehicle crew of transplane and then delete the vehicle. You have to delete the crew and then the vehicle. If you don't delete the crew when it deletes the vehicle, they're just going to parachute from the sky, probably. So, yeah. Delete your vehicle, delete your crew. Get that facing that way. Load that into the plane. Alright. So, our tank destroyer is located in the plane. And let's watch and see what happens. Okay. Alright. Did something wrong. Okay. So, in order to drop a vehicle from a plane, you have it loaded in the plane. You have to have your plane labeled. Now you play and the plane's gone. And that will safely float to the ground. Alright, but you might be wondering, can I do that with something else? Like, say, cargo? Well, yes, you can. Let's go into storage. Let's grab one of those. And how about one of those? Put that in there. And put that in there. They both fit. Alright. Still has a crew. Alright, you know what? Let's get rid of that. Let's see if that makes a difference. And the plane's gone. So yeah, that is how you drop people, vehicles, and cargo out of planes. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have a nice day.